why can't Knicks fans have nice things? An all-star guard linked to the Knicks for years is finally available. And better than that, the Knicks have the means necessary to acquire him. But it all comes with a catch. To get said all-star guard, the Knicks have to deal with the devil. Danny Ainge is running the ship in Utah, and if the Knicks want Donovan Mitchell, it's going to come with a price. We saw he just got the king's ransom for Rudy, and now Leon Rose and company would have to deal with the shady salesman himself, Danny Ainge, to make their team better. And I'm not sure if they should.
And boy, is he shady, man. Known in his career for his ability to steal the ball, sneak out, get the steal. You know what I'm saying? It's very much shown in his career as a general manager. Really, you know, we saw him rob the Brooklyn Nets. You know, we see him rob countless franchise year after year, taking their first round picks and their stars while they're at it and dumping off his garbage. In this event, in this affair, you know, Donovan Mitchell is quite the opposite of that, right? You have a young star at his prime who's very much worth the price tag, right? And as Tyler mentioned, the Knicks, they've got enough pieces to make this thing work, but you got Danny Ainge in the mix. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some sort of conditional pick, you know, some sort of sign and trade. Something is going to go down that just doesn't make you sit easy going after Donovan Mitchell, man.
Nah, not at all, man. He does not hit that trade button unless he feels he has a decided advantage. And for us as Knicks fans to expect something different just kind of feels unrealistic.
Yeah. And obviously, you know, Danny Ainge is a Boston man through and through. I don't care what anyone says this time around. He's repping Utah colors, but you know, there's a little bit of a rivalry there, right? So you know Danny Ainge is not going to do his best to hook the Knicks up, right? At the end of the day, he's a green man through and through. And if there's anyone who's going to take the chance to screw over the New York Knicks, he's going to be the first one in line, you know?
Yeah. And I said that I wasn't so sure I wanted this to happen, right? That's because of Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell defense in a backcourt just kind of feels like it'd make Tibbs blow himself to bits by All-Star break, honestly. But I can't say that and not acknowledge that this would be one of the three biggest acquisitions in franchise history, right? Next to the Carmelo Anthony trade, I think this lines up as number 2, right? A 2-time All-Star guard, probably better than Stephon Marbury, probably definitely better than Raymond Felton, as are the guards in my memory. Jimmy Lin, sorry, that was a nice week, but there was no sustainability there.
Yeah.
But if they do pull this off, Leon Rose undoubtedly gets all the credit, right? Like, he set themselves up. He traded out of the draft to have 8 first-round picks. And obviously some, if not all of those, would be going back to Utah in that trade. So props, kudos for Leon, if, right, he hasn't done it yet, but if they pull this off.
Yeah. This is the thing, right? At the end of the day, you saw what the Celtics were able to do with all of those picks. You know what I mean? They were able to dump off their old stars, you know what I mean? Free a lot of salary cap space, have the first round picks of the future. And, you know, I guess Danny Ainge has a crystal ball or something because he saw that those guys were all old in Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, the rest of them, you know? A few years down the line, the Brooklyn Nets were abysmal, and the Boston Celtics are cashing in heavy first-round picks, you know? They get Jason Tatum, they get Jaylen Brown, man. I think that's what Utah is focused on right now. You know what I mean? Donovan Mitchell is a star in this league. In his future, do I see him being the best player in the NBA at any time? No. You know what I mean? So his ceiling is kind of there. I think he can be a top 10 player in this league for a long time, but I don't ever see him being the best player in the league, right? And so if you're going to shop for options, you kind of know what you're going to get with Donovan Mitchell is what I'm saying, you know? The Utah Jazz are in a position where Donovan Mitchell by himself is not going to win them any championships with the roster that they've currently assembled. And plus, Danny Ainge has got to put his little sprinkle, his little touch on everything, you know what I mean? So my point to say all that is to say this. I don't think that this is a bad move for the Knicks. I don't think that there's something inadvertently sneaky here. Everyone can see the Utah Jazz are blowing it up. They got rid of one of their two major all-stars. You know, they're planning to do the same and load this team up and build for the future. The Knicks can benefit from that. I know you talked a little bit about the defense, but I think that guys like, Mitchell Robinson and certain guys that you have in the paint, they're very excellent rim protectors, great at defense, So I think you'll have guys pick up the slack on defense. And Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson together, man, that's a much better squad. And don't forget, if you somehow find a way to keep Julius Randle, not to say you're a championship contender, but you're pretty damn close.
Yeah, and I agree. I think you're changing my opinion a little bit the more we go. And if you go back to what we were talking about when the season first ended, you were a little down on the Jalen Brunson to Knicks rumors. I was like, hey, this isn't the final move, right? This is the guy to get the guy.
Yeah.
Right? And now we see that kind of making its way with Donovan Mitchell maybe making his way to New York. Well, Donovan Mitchell also isn't the guy. All right, if the plan is, as Leon Rose and Knicks brass would like us to believe, he's the guy to get the guy after the guy. You know what I'm saying? So
I do.
I liken him to the Amari Stoudemire acquisition, right? He's the superstar that comes because Jalen Brunson, as good as he is, he averaged like 16 points last year. He's not a superstar.
It's true.
Donovan Mitchell is that, and he clears the way, paves the way for another upper echelon guy to say, hey, I like what they're doing. It's not just going to be me there. I'm willing to go to New York and try to make it work.
Yeah. You said it. Now, you got Donovan Mitchell there. You got Jalen Brunson. It's a party. This is New York. This is the Garden. The allure is there. The attraction is there, right? So it's not going to take much to get a third star. And it's showtime in New York now. You know what I mean?
New York headed this way. Brooklyn headed that way. It's...
You hate to see it.
Not me.